What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rico, and today I'm going to get live and direct into the subject of the missing DC girls. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you are aware of the subject because it's trending on Twitter right now, and it's getting minimal coverage on the news, but I was just scrolling through Twitter and I seen it trending, so I decided to click on the hashtag, and it's really disturbing to me because it's like a lot of people are saying, ever since 2017 started, between the months of January to March, over 501 cases have been brought about, but majority of them are unsolved, and majority of the females missing are Black and Latino. So it's really disturbing how the issue is this big, but it's spoken on. It's barely even spoken on. Like, the mayor of DC had a whole interview with Reverend Al Sharpton. The mayor of DC had an interview with Reverend Al Sharpton, and even he said himself, it's disturbing the way that things are going on and the way that things are set up, because it's like, to her, she's doing things that are like, okay, let me make females feel more at home while they're at home. But the question and the problem that remains is, once you're taken away from your home and the issues that happen once you're taken, it's like that's what needs to be resolved. Like, how are you finding these girls? How are you getting in contact? Because I understand that you're trying to get more authorities out, and you're trying to keep these children at home, but that's not the issue. The issue is that they're being taken before they can get home, or they're being taken from their homes. So that's the biggest issue. And it's like, to her, like, a lot of things that she's saying, they're not corresponding for the greater good. It's like she just doesn't get it, because it's like on Twitter, and this was yesterday, which was March 28th. She tweets she has conversations with women in media, and then she hashtags it as DC Women in Media. But it's like, if y'all are so empowered and y'all have so much word and y'all have such a voice, why not speak on the biggest issue that's trending right now in your own city, in your own neighborhood, which is DC women that are missing, or DC girls that are missing? Speak on that, because you guys have the voice. So Missing DC Girls, y'all should speak on that. If you want to interact on Twitter, don't interact around the main issues, or don't try to interact in a way to where the issue isn't presented, at least in a formal way. Like, to me, I feel as if you're a mayor, your greater good is the people. It doesn't matter what race, what ethnicity, what religion. You as a whole should be about the people. So it's like, there's females missing in your city, and it's like, you're not addressing it the way it should be addressed. So to her, this was her message, and this isn't even for the whole conversation, but her message was the environment and fighting against climate change. And this is what her tweet said: "These are our DC values, and as your mayor, I will fight for them, invest in them, and protect them. Hashtag DC values, hashtag clean power plan." Now, for those of you that don't know, she's basically speaking on the Paris Agreement, which is basically a global warming agreement, or global warming policy that I think it's like 195 countries are involved in. So she's speaking on that, and she's putting more emphasis on that than the people. The people are who get you in office. The people are the tangible things. Global warming, yes, that is an issue, but it's still an issue of the people, which is the missing girls. So she really needs to get up on that, which is the same thing that happens in the interview that she had with Reverend Al Sharpton. Like, he spoke on that, and he said how he felt about the issue, and how he felt that it wasn't being dealt or handled in the proper way. And also the next day, which is today, which is March 29th, she has, I guess it's a safe line or a hotline, because once again, she's trying to keep the girls at home, which I don't really get. Once again, if the issue's happening to where they're getting taken away, how that's not bringing them back home. You're just trying to keep them home just for the same situation or the same issue to happen next door. That isn't an intelligent plan to me. But it's like, in DC, you're never alone. The National Runaway Safe Line can connect you to people and resources in DC that will help you deal with problems. I'm pretty sure that people have problems, Well, everyone has problems. Everyone has things that stress them out. But being taken away from your house or being taken away from your home isn't an issue that you can resolve on your own. You can't plan out seeing someone take you and kidnapping you from your home, especially when there's human trafficking going on. That's another issue that they're trying to, I guess, cover up in a way. But if there's an issue like that, then it's like you need to figure out how you can prevent it from happening, not prevent the person from thinking that it could happen. That's not the issue. And then this is on the same day, which is today. At 10:51, she says 14th Street is expanding and bringing greater business opportunities in the area. And then 5 or 6 minutes later, she says, we are talking about roads today, and we will be talking about roads all week. With that issue overall, it's like you could at least, like I said, if you're not going to speak on the issue, don't speak on issues that are minor compared to what's major and what's detrimental in your community, especially as a mayor. You're saying you're going to talk about streets and you're going to talk about roads, but that's not the issue, and that's not what you should be expanding on. And it's crazy to me because it seems like people with people on the top of the totem pole, or the highest people when it comes to socially the highest people who have the so-called biggest voice in the community, they don't speak up on certain things. And it's like the little people like myself, it's like when little people join together, somehow make that one voice that gets spoken for. And my thing is, as a mayor, you should be the one to do this. Like, you should be the one speaking. I shouldn't have to speak on issues like this. You should be the one who has your whole policy in order and has everything in order. Now, I do understand that she has things such as more authority in the streets and more lifelines to where females at home can like talk to people such as teachers, counselors, advisors, church members, things like that. I understand that she's trying to connect the community, but what if it's outside factors outside of the community, such as human trafficking, such as being taken away from your home, such as being kidnapped? So, like, there's a lot of factors that she has to prevent before or even after the whole being at home and talking to this person and talking to that person. Because this person and that person can tell you one thing, but they can't prevent everything. They can't prevent worldly issues. And those worldly issues need to be discussed. If you're going to be that big person, you're going to be that voice, or you're going to be that person in office, you should be addressing these things. You should be setting guidelines and you should be putting procedures in order to where there's a change being made, a difference being made. So it's like even the lady for the Amber Alert, you know, the people, like, every time a child or someone goes missing, they send out that alert. Her herself, she spent time in jail for apparently kidnapping Haitian children for DC elites. Now, there's also many other scandals to where even like on the board, like with officials, people that are in office, there's been allegations of sexual misconduct being covered up. So, and that involves prostitutes and even young children. So it's like, even in office, you can tell that the issue isn't being handled properly. If you're having issues at home, per se, which is in office, the people that we vote for, the people that were voted for or put on a board or expected to basically take care of certain people or take care of, once again, a certain area, or at least have their best interest, and you're doing things that are unjust yourself, and you're trying to cover it up and trying to basically put aside a whole scandal to basically keep you from losing your job or losing your position. But you don't deserve that position nor that job if you're not doing what you can to better the people that once again put you in the office. So overall, and you probably see it a lot on Twitter, where it's like, we need a black economic empowerment, because it's like even the biggest news, CNN, Fox News, all of these big stations, they aren't really, they're honestly not giving any type of attention nor coverage to the issue that's obviously trending throughout social media. And social media is one of the biggest, fastly expanding things today, especially when it comes to getting news out or getting certain issues out. So it's like, with that being said, those issues in themselves is just, if they're not being spoken on, then there's no point in you even being in office. Because we vote for people, and those people are supposed to represent the people that voted for them. You're supposed to be the one giving that voice. You're supposed to be the one that's using your power to help empower the ones who put you in office. So basically, to wrap it all up, the missing DC girls to me is a trending issue that a lot of people should expand on. I understand that I'm little when it comes to the social totem pole, I guess you can say, when it comes to politics and voicing things, because I'm not the most political person, but at the same time, this is an issue that really needs to be resolved, or at least needs to be expanded on. There should be something put in place, there should be a policy put in place, and with that being said, I'm going to continue to expand on it throughout all of my social media, especially on Twitter, because, like I said, it's an obvious issue, and it's obviously being stated that day to day the issues continue to grow. Like, the numbers are there. Apparently it's 14 females missing every 24 hours in the DC area, and yet and still there's no policy there's no policy to protect them. It's more of a policy to keep them at home or protect them while they're at home. But what about when they step outside of home? So with that being said, I don't know. It's like the policies that are being put forth are not, they're not smart, because it's like you're protecting them while they're at home, but that's not the issue. The issue of them being taken from their home is the issue. So I guess with that being said, I guess I'm done with this rant. And I don't really want to say it's a rant, because it's a topic that needs to be discussed and expanded on in a bigger audience, or not even bigger audience, in a group of bigger voices. Once again, those people that are in office, or the people who discuss or deal with politics and stuff like that, you should be putting policies forth, or at least trying to get the information out to help reassure people that you're trying. Like, don't put policies forth that don't really help with the main issue. So with that being said, once again, I'm gonna keep all of this information. I'm gonna at least try to speak on my behalf and give my opinion on Twitter, so you guys can follow me on Twitter and all of my social media and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to expand on the issue. But once again, this is RicoTV, and I'm out.